the most requested things that I get on my Instagram page by far is context. People wanting to know more about what happened, what's the story, why did this go down, who, what, when, where, and how, all the good stuff, all the details that you might not see in a 1-minute clip. So I decided I'm going to start doing some breakdowns of these videos, show you the clip, we'll discuss our thoughts about it, and then I'll give you a little aftermath of what may have happened, maybe who these people are, and then my opinions on why I posted it. All right, so let's go ahead and get started. I'll show you this clip, okay? I'm going to show you the clip first, and then what we'll do is we'll break it down, okay? So here's the clip. I'll just shut up for the 30 seconds so you can see.
Come out the back door. All right, take it. Come out the back door, get your two. Watch the throat, ref. Put your legs in right now.
All right, so now let's break that down just a little bit, okay? So let's go ahead and go through, give it a little bit of a play-by-play. So I'll turn the audio down just a little bit here so you don't hear it as loud. But in any case, as you see, the kid in green, he was in a dominating position. We'll start it over here because that's annoying when that happens. I hate when it does that. It's like should start from the beginning. So as you can see, the kid in green starting from a dominant position. He's on the other child's back. The other child is about to do a sit through. As soon as he sits through, he's going to be in a much better position, much more dominant position. Now, what's really important to notice is that as he sits through, pay attention to the arm. So right there, you can see that he does have the child's arm, and he's about to start walking through to the back. As he starts going to the back, he continues to hold on to the arm. Up to this point, there's absolutely nothing illegal going on whatsoever. It's just kind of him moving from position to position. Now, what he is going to do is as he moves to the back, he's going to wind up getting the other child belly down here in a moment. Now, once he gets him belly down, or once he gets him down, sorry, not belly down, but once he gets him down kind of on his side, he's going to take that arm and he's going to wrench it. Once he does that, you can actually hear the child yell out. Now, also in this clip, I want you to pay attention to the referee. Right now, the referee is not really looking at the match. So he's just kind of casually standing there, which it's a big no-no for him. He should be more involved in the match that he's at right now. He shouldn't be staring off into space. I'm not sure exactly what he's doing. This is a lot of his fault as well. He should be right there protecting the children. So now right there, you can already see. You see the dad in the clip. You see the referee just now noticing, and the kid yelled out. Now, the other child, the kid in blue, is kind of wrenching that child's arm up his back. Now, I've watched this video many a time. It took me a little while to see it at first, but yes, the kid does try to wrench his arm up his back, which could cause some serious shoulder injury. And now, this dad is way out of line with what he chooses to do. He could just run over and stop them, right? Put his hands on them and say, hey, guys, let go, or hey, please stop, or address the grip. Take the hands and remove the hands from the situation. But he doesn't. He chooses instead to take this child, which isn't his child, and launch him across the mat. Now, the referee is right there. About the time he would have actually arrived, the dad would have arrived, the referee is right there as well trying to stop. And you can even see the look on the referee's face right now. It's a little blurry. You can see, oh, shit, something bad's happening, so I need to intervene. Then he goes too far here. He didn't need to shove the kid like that. He shoves him off the frame, out of frame. I mean, what is that, 6 feet away? I mean, that's a really, really hard push and shove. He got him way out of the frame. Obviously, the referee is upset, but the referee should have been paying attention. But here's what kills me. Whenever I hear in the comment section, I've seen a lot of people say, hey, the dad was justified. You don't know what you're talking about. If that was my child, I would have done the same thing. One, it was far unnecessary. It was battery. He did shove a child. It was unnecessary. He didn't need to do that. But then on the other hand, if he was so concerned about his child, why doesn't he pay him attention on the way out? Why does he get up and just yell at the other dad? Wouldn't you think that if he was very concerned with his child's safety, that he would immediately go to his child and check on his safety? But he doesn't. He doesn't. He chooses to take that time and yell at somebody else. Now, let's go ahead and break down the aftermath here a little bit, okay? So, after this happened, there was an article written in ESPN on their website. And the article here, it says, after bounded, let's see here. I'll try to expand it a little bit. There we go. A father bounded into a youth wrestling match, picked up his son's winning opponent and launched him off the mat. An episode caught on home video, the one that we just watched. After tossing the 11-year-old boy into the air Sunday, the angry father, can I move this? No, I can't move it. All right. After tossing the 11-year-old boy into the air Sunday, the angry father headed towards the cameraman, the father of the airborne child. Airborne child sounds like a rock band. And then what happens? He says, I was just wrestling, or the boy says, I was just wrestling, then the guy throws me. Let me expand that a little bit. See if we can see it just a little better. There we go. You're going to see a close-up of my face for a second so I can read this damn thing. He said, I was just wrestling, then the guy throws me. The boy, Nick, whatever the fuck his last name is, Suburban Aurora, told Chicago News. It was not known if the boy was injured. I don't really know if he was injured. To my knowledge, I don't think that either child was injured because they do continue to wrestle after this. Now, let's go ahead and go back to the other piece of the article. There's another little bit of the article here. I just want you guys to be able to see as well. So then in this particular article, let's bring it up real fast. He said, Ray Hoffman, the father in the video and a part-time wrestling coach, told the television station he regrets his behavior and feels embarrassed. He said his son's shoulder was injured. That's a shame. That really should have never happened, and I truly do blame the referee on that part. That doesn't give him the right to throw someone else's child the way that he did. Hoffman also said he will no longer be allowed to coach. Obviously, he's not going to be allowed to coach because he just threw another child. You can't put your hands on kids like that. Dean Bogus, a wrestling coach who attended the meet, said Nick was using a legal move to pin his opponent and that the referee was about to stop the match when Hoffman intervened. Now, obviously, since the child's shoulder was injured, the referee didn't step in time, and I do blame that particular incident on the referee there. But again, he has no right to put his hands on someone else's kid. Let's see here. The match was being stopped. He had blown his whistle already, and that is true. In the video, you go back and watch, the referee had already blown his whistle, but by the time he blew his whistle, I think the only reason that he blew his whistle was because the father running onto the mat kind of gave him the attention to, hey, pay attention to the mat. Nick's father, Dan Nassenbenny, I think I said that right, said he was stunned by Hoffman's actions. Yeah, of course, you saw your son lifted off the ground and tossed 6 feet away. He says, I mean, there is a lot of different ways to stop a match. Not to pick up my son and launch him 5 to 10 feet in the air. It might be a little exaggeration, but he definitely launched him 6 feet across at least. And then Hoffman did not return any messages by the Associated Press. So, moral of the story here. 1, if you're a referee in a child's match, pay attention. You should be looking at the match. Stop looking off into space or somebody could get hurt, as in that just happened. That child was hurt. Now, if you look when this article was written, this was back in 2007, I do believe. Yeah, so this all happened back in 2007. So this is not a new clip by any means. This is like an older clip. But the moral of the story here is, 1, you shouldn't put your hands on other people's kids, even if there's some type of a danger involved, right? I understand that there's obviously some things that could come up that might break that rule or whatever. I just don't see in this particular case where he had the right to assault another child. He didn't. He shouldn't have put his hands on another kid. That's all there is to it. There were better ways to handle this. 2, if you're a referee, pay attention to the match. If you're not paying attention to the match, somebody can and will get hurt, as in what did happen. The child's shoulder was hurt, and that was mostly because the referee did not act in time to pay attention to what was going on. All in all, hopefully this guys will give you a little bit better insight as to what happened during the match, a little better insight on the video, and I'll be doing these once a day, trying to give you guys some insight on the videos that I post. Hopefully you guys enjoyed it, and give me some feedback in the comments below so that way I know how to make this better. Deuces.